Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Ford Project. Today I'm joined by Staff Sergeant Chadwick. Thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
What inspired you to join the greatest army on earth?
It was a pretty simple process. It was 9/11, so I was in 8th grade when that happened. I was sitting in 4th, 5th period at Trinity Middle School. Then that's when it happened. Then a couple years later, I wanted to join the Marine Corps. Then I met a National Guard recruiter. Then I found out I can go to basic in the summer, then come back for my 12th grade year, graduate high school, and 20 years later, the rest is kind of history now.
Split out program.
Yeah.
So what was your senior year like after coming back from basic training compared to your peers who were still high school students?
It was a bit of a culture shock, right? I came back with a different mentality, a little more disciplined, and stuff like that. Like really used to structure. Then going back to being a kid was kind of a big adjustment, right?
Yeah.
And I'm already a clown in heart, so at very first I was very serious all the time and all that stuff. Thought I was this badass, and then after a few weeks and almost a couple months, I calmed down and stuff too, because it was weird. As soon as I got back, my grandmother died, so it was this whole thing, and she committed suicide actually.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I just got back from basic, and then that happened, and I hid behind my rigidness and also my sarcasm and weird humor. So, but as the senior year went on, graduated, did okay, and it wasn't bad.
And what MOS were you signed up for?
11 Bravo infantry.
Yeah. So infantry for typical recruits is OSUT. It's 22 weeks straight. So what was that like splitting it up half and half? Was it could you tell a difference, or was it the same training?
It was the same training. So obviously basic training was basic training. It sucked, I went down there at 117 pounds. I was really tiny then, and I got messed with a lot for being very underweight, but I also got extra eating privileges.
And
but,
double rats.
Yeah. But when I went to AIT or to finish out infantry school, they were pretty hard on us the first 2 or 3 weeks. They treated us like red face, and rightly so, because we got new drill sergeants, and they had soldiers already, but who thought they were hot shit. So they had to make sure they had to insert their dominance and make sure hey, you're back and this is serious.
Yeah. What unit were you first assigned to when you got back from infantry school?
I was actually assigned here
Okay.
at 2nd Brigade headquarters.
Yeah.
So initially I was supposed to be a vehicle driver for a 113 or 1113. It's a track vehicle. I was supposed to be the commander's driver, which I still was, but when I got back, all that was gone. 2nd Brigade have gotten rid of their Bradleys and their armor and stuff like that.
So how long was it at your first unit before your first rotation or deployment anywhere?
I would say my first deployment was on the border actually.
Oh, okay.
So that was during the Bush era, so 2007 and early 2008. I went twice. They're I think 30-day rotations. So I went down there. It was a lot of fun actually.
Yeah.
So it was the Yuma sector, Yuma, Arizona. That's where we were. The first time we stayed on a Marine Air Corps station, and then the second time they put us up in hotels. And
a lot
second
nicer.
time was it was hard to stay out of trouble. But it's still overall it's fun. I mean, we caught illegals crossing over, things like that.
So that was a problem even
then. It's always
ago.
been a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you ever think it would escalate into maybe that crisis that it is now, or?
I mean, at the time I had no idea, but when I started looking back a couple years later, I'm man, it's gonna get bad if it's not fixed, because I mean, there's portions where there was a wall, but you could be in San Luis, Mexico, and walk right across the levee, and you're in America in someone's neighborhood,
and there's just nothing stopping.
And San Luis is a shithole. It's a real bad part of that world.
So some of those immigrants were probably.
Some were families, then some were cartels running drugs. I mean, one night we caught a dude with a an AK-47. His
Yeah.
buddy had an AK-47. They had a big duffel bag full of weed.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Yeah.
there's families, but it's also
Yeah,
not
illegal.
families. Yeah.
So was there any restrictions at the time, like on how you guys could process the immigrants? Like, were they treated as like a hostile enemy, or is it more?
No, I mean, we would just say, hey, stop right there. I mean, if they're just regular people. Like,
yeah.
I mean, our job was to observe and report to the Border
Okay.
Patrol. So, like, they thought we were a presence, but,
Yeah.
like, if they wanted to keep walking, we couldn't really stop.
You had no
at the time.
detainee power. Wow.
No. So, like, if they would have, like, been hostile, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you got to treat it like an OP, basically. Like, we're out in the open, but it was an OP.
Okay.
Observation point.
Yeah.
So, like, hey, we're at this point. These people are crossing. And
Yeah.
Border Patrol is usually right there anyway,
Okay.
so it's quick.
Try to keep you guys together, probably.
Yeah, we're just eyes and ears.
Yeah.
I think at the time we were given like 90 rounds. So,
3 mags.
Yeah, 3 mags and the very old M16A2s.
Oh,
we didn't
yeah.
even have Humvees actually. So like they were the old Chevy diesel Blazers. They were called Cut
No
V's at
shit.
the time. Yeah, they were pretty cool. They were comfortable. A lot more comfortable than a Humvee actually
Really?
for sleeping and stuff. Yeah.
I can't imagine they're as like durable though, or
Yeah. At
really.
the time, yeah, they're
Yeah.
good vehicles. And
Huh. I'm surprised by that.
if I could ever find one for sale, I would buy one.
Buy one.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're on Marketplace somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody is selling one. I guarantee it. Were you still with the 2nd Brigade when you were over there?
Yeah, so I was
Okay.
still with 2nd Brigade, so that was a volunteer thing. So, like,
Okay.
the state would be like, at the time, we had a Republican governor, so that
Okay.
was like, wow, PA at one point in time was willing to go help Arizona, New
Yeah.
Mexico, Texas, and stuff. So, yeah, it was a volunteer status, and, like, it would be like the Army Guard and the Air Guard, and be like all different MOSs. They wouldn't be
Yeah.
like select infantry or
Or
just MPs. They would be like your supply nerds and like,
yeah.
commo dudes. Like I remember like my second time down, like I was in E3, E4, like
Okay.
in charge of like an Air Force E6, E7 because they didn't know how to like operate in that environment.
Yeah,
So-
their training was way less patrol based
Yeah.
and tactics based for
Mhm.
sure. So even though they had a lot of time in service, that was still a very foreign job to them.
Yeah.
So when you go back, were you still with 2nd for your first overseas deployment?
No, so
Okay.
for that it was with the 56.
Oh, the Stryker.
The Stryker Brigade, which
Yeah.
they're not going to be Strikers anymore here
Oh,
soon. They're doing
wow.
that new vehicle. I forget the nomenclature or what the truck's
Yeah.
called, but it's like the newer Humvee. we'll
Oh, I
call
didn't
it.
hear about that actually.
Yeah, they're actually pretty nice. But
Okay.
that deployment, it was with the 56 Stryker Brigade. I was attached to the 1st and 112th Recon Platoon.
Okay.
So I was a backfill.
Yeah.
That's what they called us then. We were backfills.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went to Iraq late 2008, early 2009, and got back like September, October 2009.
Wow. Shoot, that was
About 9 months, I think, in country.
Yeah. During the prime too, like that
Yeah.
that era of GWAT too.
So, yeah, we started train up back in September in 2008.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was actually October. My orders got amended because my oldest daughter now,
Mhm.
she was born September 17th. So I was supposed to leave that week, but when she
Yeah.
was born, they gave me like a couple weeks to stay home
Oh,
and
wow.
get things situated. Then
Yeah.
October, I was on a plane to Camp Shelby, Mississippi
Yeah.
to start training and eventually go to Iraq.
Was that odd for you to like miss like almost the whole first year of your like daughter's life?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely hard.
Yeah.
It was awkward. It was hard,
Like,
you know, not knowing.
like
What's
anything
going on?
about her really.
Yeah,
you know,
then when I
like,
got home, it was like a big adjustment for
I'd imagine.
even for my wife. Like we were
Okay.
newlyweds,
Yeah.
new baby, so it was like,
Yeah.
she's like, "Who are you?" Like it was
Yeah.
like, you know, it was a big adjustment.
I'm sure that was tough on her too. If you guys were newlywed and new first child and you're overseas all of a sudden. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it definitely was. But she had a big support group back home
Yeah.
with her family,
Oh,
her
that's
mom and
important.
sister.
Yeah.
So
So you mentioned you were on a recon platoon, so I imagine you were integrated with a lot of like Cav Scouts, or was it mainly infantry?
it was. We mainly did infantry stuff. So like we had two mission types, right? Force protection, like patrols and stuff,
Yeah.
and like, you know, cache sweeps,
Yeah.
goofy things like that. We even did a few air missions, like we'd go in the Black Hawks, insert
Yeah.
in the Taji area of Iraq. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
stuff like that. Then the other thing was TSTs, time sensitive targets, right? So we would wait for good intel.
Yeah.
And then we would go find that certain person that they were looking
Deliberately.
for.
Yeah.
And it consisted of like 2 assault elements and a cordon element. I was cordon, so I was always out of security, so I never got to go inside. But,
Oh man.
but cordon is just as important because then you're looking for runners and you're also looking for secondary attacks, things like that.
If they're setting up again, but without you guys, I mean, the guys inside, they could get trapped so fast.
Yeah,
so
then like we're alternates, you know.
So you come home from that. Was that your only foreign deployment, or
No, there was
a
Jordan. I wouldn't even.
Okay.
I mean, it was a deployment as considered a combat zone or a hostile area, whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more of a duty rotation and vacation. Like,
especially if comparing to Iraq. I
yeah, I
imagine.
mean, we lived on an Air Force base, and that one, you know, we were security for a Patriot missile site, and we were also QRF for the Patriot missile site. So I mean, it's just a lot of time to work out and get into shenanigans and try to. By that time, I was a young sergeant, and it's just trying to keep dudes out of trouble.
Yeah. Were you an NCO in Iraq as well, or
no? Iraq, I was a very junior E4.
Okay.
Yes, young specialist.
So you technically had 3 deployments before you were an NCO, if you count 2 border missions and.
Yeah, you think about it that way.
Yeah, that's a lot of experience. I mean, maybe since I have the more modern outlook, like the post GWAT era, you know, deployments are very few and far between now. So
yes.
There's a lot of NCOs that are slick sleeves. And
I remember having a conversation about that one year. We were doing like a warfighter exercise. I don't know if you know what a warfighter exercise is. It's just where like brigade, battalion, division commanders, like it's like a test for them, and like basically all of us peons are just like running radios, running CPOFs, and like systems to maintain their mission basically. But like I did ADV1 that year, and I was just like picking people up from the airport, and like I finally pick up the brigade commander, and his name was Colonel Evans at the time, and he's talking like we had to go to I think Dollar General or Dollar Tree to get him like because he was Jewish, he needed like kosher food.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking, he's like one day like
did they not have like the kosher MREs yet, or?
Let's face it, do you want to eat MREs or do you want to have your own food in your hotel room?
That's
right.
True.
Okay. But yeah, we're talking in the car, and he's like telling me, he's like, one day you're going to be like a dinosaur. I'm like, what do you mean, sir? And like, that combat patch you have, there's not going to be too many of you guys left by the time you hit 15, 18, 20 years. Like, there's not going to be too many of you left. And like, I was like, no way, everybody will still be around. And like, those guys got out, and like, I look around, like, it's weird to see.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is.
It's weird how generations are different. For you, it's weird to see people without one, and then for me, it's rare to see people with them now. So
in a way, I feel like the way Vietnam's veterans felt, like when they like came back and stuck around, and like the new generation came in, and like it's just like a revolving door.
Yeah, absolutely. You were an E5 in Jordan, you said?
Yeah.
So did you get back from Jordan? I'm assuming you were still an E5.
Yeah, I was an E5 for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I was an E5 from 2012 to 2019.
Oh, wow.
I was a goofball sometimes, right? Like, it happens sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like, I had some good years, I had some bad years. Like,
absolutely.
you know, and then I'm 86 in 2019.
Yeah.
And I was only an E6 technically for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then because I did ALC and SLC back to back.
Okay.
So like I grew up really quick as an E6. Like, I was a squad leader, then I was an acting platoon sergeant, and then a real platoon sergeant for a time. Yeah, I made sergeant first class, and then I became a recruiter. Took a voluntary reduction because
the AGR.
The AGR has their rules. Like if I wanted to be an E7 in the recruiting world, which if I was an AGR already as an E7, I would never became a recruiter. So, but.
For people who don't know, can you explain what AGR is? Because it's like one of the hidden gems of the National Guard that a lot of
AGR is like Active Guard Reserve, right? Okay. So we're like the full-time staff that maintains the structure of the Guard, right? Yeah. So like a unit usually will have a readiness NCO and a supply NCO. Bigger units will have a readiness, training, and supply. Yeah. That's what keeps the organization together. Like they're the
Okay.
glue. They keep everything running.
Yeah.
Like the readiness NCO is basically working and speaking on the commander's behalf.
Yeah.
Like here at brigade headquarters, like there's more than that. Like since there's so many different sections, like
Yeah.
you have your MI company, you have your signal company. So there's a lot of opportunities in that world, but like you just can't come in as a young E3, E4 and
Yeah.
go into that role. Usually you definitely have to interview for it,
Yeah.
and they have to know that you're reliable
Okay.
and all
For
that
sure.
stuff.
So what is the comparison between the benefits between a regular guardsman and an AGR guardsman?
It's gonna be the pay, obviously. Like in my civilian job, like it was a good job, but like it didn't pay very well.
Oh, yeah.
So going AGR doubled my income.
For sure.
But the benefits are still the same, like as in
Yeah.
education, the GI Bills, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Speaking of education, what education benefits from the National Guard did you utilize?
My first, I used a little bit of them when I first got back from Iraq. I went to Cal U for like 2 semesters, and it was
Yeah.
not for me. So eventually, I got into the Department of Corrections.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did that for 5 good years. I
Wow.
worked at SCI Green, so
Okay.
I used a GI Bill for that for like the first year. Since
Yeah.
the first year there, it's on a job training, so it's like a union job. It is a union job,
Yeah.
so you treat it like an apprenticeship. And I used the GI Bill.
And your title will be a corrections trainee.
Yeah, so I was double dipping. So I was getting at the time I was using the post 9/11 bill, so I was getting E5 PAH,
Yeah.
and then I was like raking in the big bucks from the DOC at the time.
Yeah.
So
Do you think your like chaos mitigation training in the Guard helped out with being a corrections officer? Or?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Like you definitely learn how to operate in a stressful environment and stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually working in that environment
Yeah.
made me a better NCO and guardsman
Okay.
and the guard side of it. Because then with that job, like I was walking in general population housing unit, you're walking into a level 4 security level. That's like pretty high, like threat
yeah.
risk, like of like
And
murderers,
starting off in a
gangbangers
state
and stuff.
institution is pretty rare too. A lot of people
Yeah.
start local.
No, like
You went
120
straight to state.
being on a cell block with 122 inmates is
Yeah.
it has a way of humbling you how you talk to people, because like
Yeah.
if they want it, they're taking it, and
Yeah.
like it's not the time that like you like have you
Support.
carry yourself as a like tough guy in a way, but
Okay.
also not an asshole.
So,
Like you got to be
yeah.
like very respectful, like
Yeah.
not a pushover, but fair, firm, and consistent. I guess is the words that they used at the
Yeah.
time. What it's like now, I have no idea. But
Yeah. Like what made you like not want to pursue a full career in corrections?
It's actually more stressful than being overseas.
Really?
Yeah, so like it's the climate of management, right?
Okay.
It's the like vicious cycle of the DOC. Like
Yeah.
management runs us.
Yeah.
We run we don't run the inmates, but the inmates run the management. Management runs us, and it's that vicious cycle. So,
Okay.
and then like just the stress of the job, the things I saw had to do. Like I started taking it out on people at home, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
step
not right.
back and do other things.
Well, I mean, it's cool that you recognize that before it was
It
an
got
even
bad.
bigger of a problem. You know?
Yeah.
So, was there any other education benefits? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually got into fitness. Like
Yeah.
at the time, I was a big CrossFit instructor and everything, and then I wanted to like build upon that. Then
Yeah.
I got into massage therapy. I went to school for massage therapy. So yeah, a lot of jokes come with that when I
Yeah.
bring that up. But I did that for a couple of years, and then with the CrossFit thing, I actually worked in a gym where I did both. I was
Okay.
licensed massage therapist on that, then
Yeah.
coaching CrossFit like in between those times. And COVID happened, and like that was considered non-essential. Then like I had
Yeah.
to figure it out, and that's when I got into sales and stuff.
Okay.
And I ran a bread route business for a while. Then got out of that. And I got offered a job at CVS,
Okay.
managing a couple CVS stores in the area. Like I was networking through the Guard.
Yeah.
Because like that bread route, I was like waking up at like 1:30 in the morning. I'd go do my route, do my sales and everything, and
Yeah.
it's just long hours. And,
Yeah. I can imagine.
But
What like motivated you to go into like massage therapy though? Like where
the fitness thing, health and wellness,
wellness,
yeah. Like I still enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
I do it like part time.
Yeah.
But it's a lot on your body working on people
for
day
sure.
in, day out.
And the liability that comes with it, I could imagine too.
Yeah, and like being a straight white guy was like hard. So like, you know, like dudes didn't want you working on them, and like some women, most women are okay with it, but like some not so much. I'm like, no, it's cool. It's purely like, see me as like a practitioner, and like that's all it is. Like, your back hurts, I'll help you out. It's gonna be okay. You know?
What was Penn West like coming back from Iraq too? Like, could you tell like? I imagine you could tell a difference between you and a regular college student.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I stuck out like a sore thumb. You know, just the way you walk, carry yourself compared to what else is there. You know, and then like I already had a very strong conservative upbringing and like Christian faith, so like just I stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. Especially back then. Is Penn West liberal arts school? So,
I think it's even more liberal than it ever has been. Which is fine, you know, I don't care. Like,
just
you do you,
You.
boo-boo. Yeah, it just wasn't for me.
So you're a recruiter now.
Yeah.
What do you have a message for anybody who could be interested either in National Guard or like in a branch and specifically they don't know which one?
I always tell people who are very unsure, like if you know you want to do the military, talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's all about what you want out of it. Like, and if you don't know, then you need to sit down and come up with a 5-year plan where you see yourself. Like, if someone wants to go to college, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm your guy then. Like, best bang for your buck.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize is that you can still go to college and be in the military.
Yeah, so with us, you're only working 1 week in a month, 2 weeks in the summer. Going to school full time and getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
Active duty, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone 4 years, 365 days, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
But there's no time for school. You can do it online, but you're up from 5 a.m. till 6 p.m. Like, it's just like basic training. Like that, them hours don't go away. Like the work hours are the same. Like, so working full time and trying to go to school online.
Yeah.
Full time, that's a lot to juggle with us. Like,
especially.
And then some people wait. They'll go away for 4 years and screw it, I'll just wait. And then by the time you get back, you're 20-some years old, 22, 23 years old. Now you're going to college like I did with like young kids who are like...
Yeah. They don't know anything. You've traveled the world and
they're trying to tell you how the world is and you already experienced it in some sense. And like, that's not how it is, man.
Yeah.
Like, so like with the Guard, you can still get that, but you're... You get to go to school on the front end with your peers and still be in the military part-time, working part-time, while they're working part-time, full-time at Taco Bell to sustain themselves, and you're working 2 days out of the month.
And I think that's one of the beauties of it, too, is that it doesn't have to be 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year. It can be more.
It can be more if you want it,
Yeah.
The opportunity's there if you want more.
And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize when they kind of disregard Guard service.
Yeah.
Because before I researched National Guard, that's kind of how I was. I was like, what do you mean 1 week in a month?
Yeah.
And then you don't realize most times, active duty, all those hours I mentioned, there's a lot of downtime there. And so a lot of Guard weekends, they cover a lot of the same curriculum that an active duty unit's covering throughout their month. And that's what a lot of people don't understand either, is the brigade's curriculum's going to be the same. Yeah. It's what you have to get done is the same.
More often than not, they're just cutting grass and cleaning shit up throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have their field time for sure, but it's just like you're taking care of an installation, basically.
Yeah. That's the biggest difference because the Army's not going to let the Guardsmen deploy who just don't, who just don't know. If they're trained, they got to be trained,
Yeah.
So, and one last message. The point of this podcast is to raise awareness for like veterans who maybe feel lost in the world. So like, if you could have a message to a veteran who's feeling stuck, what would you say to him or her right now?
Any problem you face is just temporary.
Yeah.
No matter how bad you think it is, that permanent solution you're thinking is not the solution.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody. I've been there, right? For real. Like, I was there when I left the DOC. I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to make a living for my family. So man, they'll get $750,000.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I'm like, why not? Everything will be taken care of. But
You just gotta.
But luckily, I talked to somebody and on the spiritual side of things, and that's where I kind of recommitted my life to Christ and realized, like, you know what, I'm just being a little bitch. Like, I just need to work until I figure it out, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from job to job a minute, but I still took care of my family, and it was fine.
And you kept fighting.
Yeah.
That was the biggest part.
Yeah.
It was commendable. Well, thank you for doing the interview.
You're welcome.
Yeah.